Go ahead.
He was pounding.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Randazzo. I am joined by my two Ready to Rumble co-hosts. To my right, it is the one and only Uncle Sam.
Hello.
And to my left, it is none other than our very own Mr. Zolo, Mike Palazzolo.
Blessed.
It's Friday. You guys know what that means. It's time for the picks, the parlays, anytime touchdowns, all of the above. We have to talk about a monster Thursday night game last night. It was very entertaining to watch. I enjoyed every second of it until I fell asleep. But before we get there, why are you shaking your head? Did you make it through the whole game?
Yes, I did.
Wow, impressive. Before we get there, I got to introduce our lovely producer. Absolutely just gobbling down his own goo, looking as pink as ever. It's Bruce the Tugboat Venditti.
Howdy.
Bruce, he's
Look at that stack.
moving up in the world.
Dirty.
Hey, well, how come
dirty
the
stash.
camera's in a weird angle today?
What do you mean?
It's not like it's normally been.
There's
you
a
were
second
giving us-
because we have a second
it's at the
monitor.
right
he was giving us
length
the upper
angle, whatever the
shot.
fuck you're looking for.
Because we
No,
have two monitors.
I have a
Oh, he's got
business.
two monitors running?
I have a business related question.
Okay.
Is there a way to change the not the bio, but is there a way to change the title on the TikTok, Bruce, while we're live, without ending the live?
I don't know.
I was gonna say
It's a good question.
Fuck.
there's
That's
no one in
actually
here
a
except
great
me,
question.
and I wanted to end. And
I'm
maybe
very
because
high
it
and
just says
don't know.
Kirk Cousins right now.
But that's my fault, if anything. But this
That's
is
what
Kirk
you
Cousins.
made.
Oh no, Charmin just
That's
joined.
what
Hello,
you made
Charmin.
to YouTube.
Hello,
Charmin?
Riro.
That's what he made to YouTube.
What's Charmin?
Yeah,
I'm just,
Kirk
I'm
Cousins.
just, I'm
Yeah,
just scoping
that's
names
the
on
name.
TikTok here. I'm monitoring.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
don't
the
squeeze
TikTok
the
man.
Charmin.
Put something more enticing on TikTok to get us up in the algorithm. That would be nice.
Yeah, we need to boost here.
So either way, well, welcome. It's a Friday.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's over this week. I feel like this was a long,
Oh my God! I have two different text threads saying, "Is this the longest week ever?"
longest fucking week. This week was a long fucking. Uncle Sam, how was your fucking week?
Shout out to M3 Statue
love
of
it.
Liberty Burger.
Sorry I wasn't here the other day, everybody, but I'm here now.
Amen. Amen.
God bless.
And we're happy. We're happy you're back. It wasn't the same without you.
I don't believe that.
Anyways, but
You
good
guys
week.
got the most viewers ever when I wasn't here. Maybe that's a sign of
No,
things to
it's
come.
because it's because of TikTok. So what we need is for you to
That
come
might
back
be a
next
sign of
week.
things to come. Maybe I should go.
No.
Just go.
Give me your tears, Gypsy. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work like that. We need you for the big TikTok shows.
Anyway,
Why did you have a long week?
It was just long. It was long.
Just a fucking
Monday Night Football felt like a month ago.
know.
That was Monday.
That was only
watching
Monday.
every move you make today.
What?
We have a stare down on set right now.
Watching every move you make today.
Okay. It's not like I do anything fucking special.
Here's to you.
I'm gonna take down the picks. That's what I'm gonna do.
He's got to write down the picks today. It's a lot. It's a lot. We move quick here.
Somebody touch my drum set. Did you
All
rub
right.
your balls on my drum set?
Oh, there goes our first strike.
Let's
On
start out
TikTok.
with some news today before we recap Thursday night, before we get into this weekend picks. A lot of buzz right now at the moment. A lot of buzz because a superstar wide receiver posted a picture of Edgar Allan Poe
Look.
on his Instagram story earlier.
Can I do this real quick?
Go ahead. have
First
at it.
things first, shout out to everyone that had to Google to understand what that meant.
I did not.
Okay.
Raven.
I caught it right away.
So Edgar Allan,
Raven.
you know, but you're not stupid.
He's
and I'm
a
not
fucking
calling you
writer,
stupid.
No, that's okay.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Poet.
Edgar Allan Poe is a poet from Baltimore, okay? And his most famous work was a poem called The Raven, where the quote is, "Quoth the raven, nevermore." It's every other
Nevermore.
line he says that. So the Baltimore Ravens, when they moved, they were originally the...
Cleveland Browns.
And where did the original Baltimore Colts go?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. When the Ravens got a team, which was the Browns, the original Cleveland Browns, they moved to Cleveland. They moved to
I'm
Baltimore.
sorry, Mike. I'm sorry.
There's
I
no
just
way.
seen the text and I'm looking at it. And
Shout out to Rodrigo.
half English and half, I don't even know what
It
it
sucks, bruh.
Who sucks, bros?
Shout out to Rodrigo.
Rodrigo in the chat.
Shout out
Good
Rodrigo.
it's good to see you. It's good to hear
Wait.
from you.
Wait.
Anyways, the poem is quote the Raven nevermore. Okay, so the image could mean two things. It could mean nevermore. I'm playing for the Oakland or the Las Vegas Raiders, or it can mean he's headed to Baltimore. It could mean two
I
things.
would have to say it means he's headed to Baltimore.
Ah.
I would have to assume that he's headed to Baltimore.
Well, another interesting thing popped up today.
Okay.
Khalil Shakir, out of nowhere, with no injury designation prior to today, went out. And there's speculation that there's a trade in place to send Devontae Adams to Buffalo in exchange for Khalil Shakir and a pick.
I thought there was an injury on Khalil Shakir.
They said it was an ankle injury, but it was all week. It was not an issue.
No, he was questionable all week.
For him to go out on Thursday, for him to go out on Thursday,
Okay.
and it was a little ankle bang up. He returned after the injury. That's why everybody's speculating this now. The other thing was Dallas popped up for a minute today. And as soon as Dallas popped up today, Jerry Jones came out and said, that's not happening. So right now, with this new piece of whatever, the Edgar Allan Poe,
Nevermore.
where are you leaning?
It's not Baltimore. I just got a text. Shout out to George. I'm playing George in fantasy this week in my other league. He's got a bunch of injuries. His receivers are Cooper Kupp, who's injured. I can go through the list. Anyways, Khalil Shakir is one of his receivers who's injured, and he's been monitoring it all week, and he's out. I don't think Baltimore has I don't think they have the capital to make this happen. I don't think they do they have the cap space? Can we look at that real quick?
See.
Sport Track.
How do you know it's not just for a pick?
It could be.
If
Yeah,
they
it could
can
be.
even afford him. Right now,
Listen, they got rid of the guard. That
They have
were paying
$4
all that
million in
money.
cap space,
There you
gotta
so
afford 'em.
so they have to get. And there's a way to do it, like retain salary. You convert it to signing bonus, whatever. So they'd have to get really creative to make this happen. And I don't think that the issue is their pass catchers right now. I think their current pass catchers just need to grow up and start catching the ball. I think that's the issue in Baltimore. I don't think it's a fit. Their offense is currently going through Lamar and it's going through Derrick Henry. It doesn't go through whoever's catching the ball. And if it needs to, you have like Flowers is good, Andrews is good, Bateman's been good.
so I was right there with you. And then I really started to think about this. He
Dude,
would open up that
He's
fucking
still better than
offense.
anybody they have.
He would.
Dude.
He would.
He's better than all these guys you just
You
mentioned.
can make that case. He's better than all these guys for him on 30. We'll call it 27 teams.
He would open it up a lot. Can I ask another question unrelated?
Yeah.
How is it that Carolina has the least amount of cap space with the least amount of talent? Doesn't make any sense. They have like
They're-
600
aren't they
grand
eating
in
that,
cap
yeah, but I
space.
think what they're doing is eating up a bunch
Yeah.
of dead money from all these guys that
It's a great point.
that have left.
That's a great point. So there's a salary cap floor, and they may not just be doing anything creative to get below the cap ceiling, just because they know they're at the
Think
floor.
about all the guys they traded in the last 3 years. McCaffrey, Jeremy Chin, all these guys are fucking gone, but they're still on the books.
True.
So
That's true.
So with that said,
Hold on, we're getting 2 questions on TikTok real quick.
Let's hear 'em.
Achan or Judy for a flex? I actually like Achan. I think
I like Achan against the
Patriots.
Patriots.
And then Zay Flowers or DJ Moore this week. I think DJ Moore is going to have one of the biggest weeks of his lives this week. It's a revenge game, so I like DJ Moore there.
Devontae Adams' cap hit for this year is $25.3 million.
You'd have to get creative. There needs to be retained salary, and then you'd have to convert what salary there is to signing bonus, so it doesn't count against the game. It's not easy.
plus you don't know what they're going to send to them in capital either.
No.
I don't know if the
We don't
Bills
know
even
that.
I mean, have anything that
Maybe they're going to send Mark Andrews to the fucking Raiders. And you'll have 3 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Other than that, it's kind of been a slow news day / week.
all right, let's go to the games, man.
Well, you want to talk Thursday night first?
Yes.
Just did.
What do you mean we just did?
We just did. Kirk Cousins threw for 500 yards. What else are you going to say?
Atlanta hosted Tampa Bay in an overtime divisional game. Atlanta comes out on top in this one 36-30. The storyline of the day, as I'm sure you could see from our thumbnail and title, was Kirk Cousins having the 15th best quarterbacking performance in NFL history. 42 for 58, 509 yards, 4 touchdowns. And somehow Baker Mayfield still had a better quarterback rating than him, if you can believe that.
He was fucking efficient. At one point, he had like 193 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Baker was 19 for 24 for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns, QBR 137. Very nice day from both of these quarterbacks. This game,
They both could have had more too, by the way.
yeah, they both could have continued to eat. Both teams, I didn't think looked very good defensively, and I know that
they were both trash.
Tampa's missing a ton of pieces on defense, but Atlanta yesterday showed you just how fucking dangerous they could be. And this is the other thing. Atlanta had to be that good last night to beat Tampa. They had to be that good. This was a game that went into overtime and Kirk Cousins threw for 500 fucking yards. So, to me, this is a true testament to both of these teams being extremely strong competitors through the NFC. I think both these teams are going to be playoff teams.
This is what happens when you get divisional games. They play at a different level.
He did the thing.
Yeah, he said
They
it.
play at a different level.
But I think what we saw last night, because it wasn't like one of these teams, in my opinion, pulled away and became the front runner in that division. I think both of these teams are extremely capable of winning this division still, and I think both are going to make big playoff pushes. Any thoughts?
No, I agree with you. I think the division's wide open. Just got to see who can build a big enough lead.
Yeah.
We have to give some flowers to Zolo too, because every single pick and prop bet that he made hit.
Oh, wow.
Every single one.
It's a fun division. I'm excited to see. I think there's a chance that maybe 3 teams even end up getting in. Obviously, NFC North puts that in limbo because there's 3 teams in contention there, but it's a fun division. And the Saints slowed down, and they have a big one this week, which we'll get to. I think the potential is always there for Atlanta, especially once they figure it out defensively. And obviously, he's cementing an MVP campaign right now, and he's going in and out of consciousness here. So there's a lot to like about at least Atlanta and Tampa. And there could be, if New Orleans gets it back on track and they go back to the first 2 weeks, New Orleans, that could be a really fun race. Last year, it was a race, and it wasn't fun. Came down to the wire, and it wasn't fun. This year, it could be a race that's fun because they could be 3 good teams.
We got to give a shout out to Darnell Mooney. 9 for 105 and 2 tuds. Drake London, 154 receiving yards. It's a monster game all the way around for Atlanta.
What Kyle Pitts do?
He had a decent game.
7 for 88.
Yeah.
I don't think he did that all for me the year I drafted him.
All of last year.
I don't think he had 88 yards the whole fucking year.
We saw Rashad White come on a little bit too, so that should give you a little bit of faith.
Also, he hasn't lost his job yet.
He has not. Okay. No, it was almost an even split. Rashad White had 10 carries. Bucky Irving had 9. Rashad White had a 56-yard run that dramatically brought his average up.
There you go.
Because he totaled 72 yards on 10 rushes with 156-yarder. So,
okay.
As far as efficiency goes, Bucky Irving's still your guy there. But it was a very entertaining game to watch. By far the most fun Thursday night game of the year to watch. Because everything else has been complete and total dog shit up until last night.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts on that one, or can we start on our picks?
Let's start.
You ready?
Good.
Let's start off in Minnesota, where the Vikings are hosting the Jets at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
No. It's in London.
Oh, my God. It's in London at 9:30 in the morning. So you better be up, ready to go, coffee in your system, because we have early morning football. Minnesota at 4-0 is favored in this game by 2.5. The over-under is
That's it?
40.5 points. Yes.
Now, the last game that we had that was in Brazil, that was a high-scoring game.
It was a high
which was
scoring.
unusual because normally the international games are not.
Well, actually, I kind of wanted to talk about that. So if we go back to the last few London games, they were all, for the most part, pretty low scoring. Yeah, you're right. So the Brazil game's really the outlier as far as...
Yeah, but that was in Brazil. It wasn't in London. So I don't know if it's going to go back to the defensive, sloppy bullshit that's always played there.
Yeah, the under has hit 19 out of 32 times.
Wow.
So
About 50.
about a little over 50%.
Right.
Over-under's 40.5 in this game. Minnesota's a 2.5-point favorite. Who'd like to start?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm prepped. I actually like the Jets to win, which means I think the Jets are going to cover the 2.5. I think there's just been so much talk this week that they have to get back on track. They have the pieces to fight the Brian Flores defense, in my opinion. Jets to win, Jets to cover the 2.5. I like the under for the same reason. Sluggish overseas game with two good defenses. Garrett Wilson anytime after the week that he's had, and I actually like Sam Darnold under 217.5 pass yards.
Uncle Sam?
I'm going to ride the Vikings on this.
Oh, no.
Yes,
You're
I'm
going
betting,
against
I'm
your
betting
team?
against Aaron
You're
Rodgers.
betting against Aaron Rodgers and the
Yes,
Jets.
I
That
am.
means they're gonna win.
I'm going to take the Jets, and I'm going to say over in this game.
Wow.
Because I got a feeling they could put up about 30 points by themselves. My lock is Justin Jefferson over 100 yards receiving. Wow. And my anytime touchdown is going to be a real good one. It's going to be
Braylon Allen, anytime touchdown.
Braylon Allen, anytime touchdown.
I'm going to ride the hot hand with Minnesota in this game as well. I'm going to go with the under. I'm sorry, but the Jets have been extremely unimpressive thus far. And I don't think going to London is really going to help them all that much. As far as
Getting out of New York might help them.
As far as touchdowns go, I think this is going to be more of a ground game than it is an air game. So I'm going to take the Breece Hall anytime. I think he has a little bit of a bounce back because last week was fucking atrocious. And with that, I'm going to go with rushing props pretty much throughout this one. I like Braylon Allen over 33. I like Aaron Jones over 64. I think both these teams are going to ground and pound. I don't think this is going to be a very fun game to watch. And I know that's, honest to God, none of Minnesota's games have been fun to watch because they've all been fucking blowouts. Besides last week when Green Bay did their little fourth quarter comeback thing. But I think Minnesota's too hot right now. As much as I want to bet
They have the
against
number
them,
one
they have to
defense in the
lose.
league.
Correct.
Yeah, they lead the league in sacks and interceptions.
And the problem is the Jets' offense has been dog shit. Dog shit. And I don't think it's going to help going up against Minnesota.
They had a real rainy, shitty game last week, so you really can't.
I know you're making excuses for your boyfriend here.
I'm not making excuses.
But-
It's the truth. You got to take weather into consideration, bud.
Moving on. The Cincinnati Bengals are hosting the Baltimore Ravens at 1 o'clock. Right now, Baltimore's a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is 48.5. Who wants to go?
You want it, Uncle Sam?
Yeah. I'm going to take Cincinnati in the over. Okay. My lock of the week is Sam's little dude, that Isovich dude, to catch an anytime touchdown. Yoshi Voss, whatever his name is.
You're not taking him for 2?
Yugoslavian.
You're not going to take him for 2?
That's it.
That still to me, it was my bet of the year.
Okay.
It's the fact that I
That's
took
my
him for
thing.
2 touchdowns.
It's him.
That was stupid. I'm going to disagree with you on all counts. I'm going to take Baltimore to cover and win, and I'm going to take the under in this game. I'm going to parlay 2 anytime.
Cincinnati's got their
I get it.
their horses back, so
I know.
I don't know about that.
I know.
They played really well last week.
I'm going to parlay the Derrick Henry. Actually, I'm not going to parlay. I'm going to take Derrick Henry to score 2. Okay? And then as far as rushing goes, I'm taking Derrick Henry over his 83.5. He's coming off a 160-yard week.
80 of it was in one run.
That's what makes you think. Guess what? The Bengals defense has been fucking awful. They've been awful. Their offense
I
better.
I
their
think they'll
defense
put
is
up a better
awful.
show this week.
Yeah, it'll be better, but I don't think it's enough to stop this. Give me the Derrick Henry over 83. I also like Chase Brown over 30.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ravens to win, Ravens to cover the 2.5. I'm going with the over. I think the Ravens are going to continue to score a lot of points like they've done the last 2 weeks. Give me Lamar Blackson over 55.5 rushing yards. And give me Lesbo Joe Burrow under 252.5 pass yards. I think the Ravens do most of the work themselves, like I mentioned. Slow day for Burrow and co. against a hot Ravens defense, in my opinion.
Bruce?
Baltimore
Baltimore.
in the under.
Wow. So you're rolling with me again, eh, Bruce? Wow. Look at this. Next up, we have Carolina heading up to Chicago to play the Bears. The Bears are a 3.5 point favorite. The over-under is 41.5. Can I start this one?
You sure can.
I'm going to take Carolina to cover and win. And I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the under. I think Carolina's a little bit motivated right now. And again, I think Caleb Williams is starting to get into a rhythm. But I think Andy Dalton's looked really fucking good. And I'm going to sound like Uncle Sam here, but I'm going to take the experience. And I'm going to roll with Andy Dalton. And I also like a passing prop for him over 215.5 yards. My anytime touchdown is a Chuba Hubbard anytime. And I like Xavier Legette over 46.5 yards. All Panthers.
I'll go.
What's the points again?
Okay.
What's the point spread? Sorry about that.
You're good.
You just Mitch McConnell live on fucking
You're
stage
good.
here.
No, I
You're
get
good.
it.
41.5.
I'm.
I'm
I'll go. No, go ahead. Go.
I'm gonna take the Bears in this, and I'm gonna say the under.
This has got under.
Their defense is for real, and I think they're gonna be very hard to beat.
Even against the Red Rifle?
Yeah, I'm gonna take DeAndre Swift anytime touchdown in this one.
The fuck is going
Yeah.
on?
I'm gonna go with the Bears to win, but I think the Panthers do end up covering the 3.5. I think it's gonna be a close game. The Bears remind the Panthers why they own them on and off the field. This is the on the field. They've already owned them off the field with the trades.
This is
Right.
a bit of a revenge game.
Yeah, and I'm getting to that. I think the Bears defense is ultimately going to be too much for Dalton. I'm
I do
with
too.
you. Give me the Bears to win. Like I said, I like the over. Give me DJ Moore anytime. There's the revenge game. He's just getting started as Caleb Williams gets better. I think DJ Moore will get better. You know what else I like in this one? I think we finally see a little bit of Keenan Allen. So his yards is 41.5. Give me Keenan Allen over 41.5 receiving yards.
Bruce?
Carolina, or wait, where are we? Yeah, Carolina in the under.
Wait, what's going on?
I blacked out there. I pulled the Joseph.
You guys mind if I go first on this one too?
Which game is it?
The Miami Dolphins are heading to New England to play the Patriots. Are you ready? The New England Patriots are a 1.5 point favorite. The over-under is 35.5. Give me the Patriots in the under. Give me the fucking Patriots in the under. Honest to God, I'd be shocked if there's a touchdown scored in this game. But I am going to pick one. Give me the Antonio Gibson anytime touchdown. As far as passing props go, I'm taking Tyler Huntley under 160.5 yards. Rushing, though, I think Miami is going to try and run the ball a lot this week. Give me Achane over 47.5. And I know this is going to be a huge surprise, but I'm going to take a receiving prop in this game, and that is Hunter Henry over 24.5 yards. I don't think Miami has anybody to cover a tight end. I don't know what Miami has left. I don't think Jalen Phillips is playing in this game either now. My God. But
Chop
give me New England-
Robinson.
Give me New England the under. You'll be lucky to get one touchdown scored in this game.
I like the Dolphins to win. I like the Dolphins to cover the 1.5 since I'm taking them to win. I'm actually going to – this could be a fun over. I think you get like a 20-17 game. You're all set. And I think that could happen in this one. Our long national nightmare is going to end. I like Tyreek Hill anytime.
Oh, God, that
And I like Devon Achan anytime. And I think the Dolphins use this opportunity against a really weak and shitty team, probably the worst team in the league, in my opinion, is the Patriots, to get back on track. It's a much-needed win, and they have to keep pace while these injuries are going, and they need this win. They're going to get this win.
Can I want to point something out here.
Please.
The last time that the Dolphins scored a touchdown was in the first quarter of the Bills game. They lost the Seahawks 24-3, and they lost the Titans 31-12, and it's been all field goals. So the Dolphins have not scored a touchdown in 2.5 games.
But look who they played, too. Seahawks, they had an emergency quarterback situation.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, it's still decent defense, in my opinion. Listen, I feel you. I just think the Patriots are absolutely
I know.
Remember, this is the Aaron Rodgers looked good against the Patriots and then looked bad against the Broncos a week later.
Do you think Snoop Doogity Doo finally gets one?
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, do you think
I do
Snoop
too.
Doogity Doo?
I'm taking I'm taking the Dolphins and the under in this.
Wow.
And I got a Snoop Doogity 2 anytime touchdown.
Snoop Doogity
That's
Doo.
it. Snoop Doogity 2 anytime touchdown.
That's Snoop Huntley for anyone that's
Whatever.
wondering who that is.
Snoop Doogity Doo. Bruce!
Give me the Dolphins and the under.
So I'm the only one that picked New England?
You're probably right.
You picked the favorite at least.
Does anybody feel confident in their pick there?
No.
I do.
No.
No.
Not
I
at
do.
all.
Snoop Doogity 2 anytime touchdown.
Next up, the Buffalo Bills are heading to Houston to play the Texans. Houston is a 1.5 point favorite. The over-under is 47.5. Somebody started off.
Yeah, I'll take it. He was opening his mouth, though, so let's
Go
let
ahead.
him take it.
Go ahead.
I like the Texans. I like the Texans to cover the -1.5. Give me under 47.5 because the Texans games have all gone under except for that Colts one, week 1. I think James Cook goes over 57.5 rush yards, mainly because the Bills get shredded on the ground. I think that's the best way to beat them. You look at what the Ravens did to them last week. Give me Diggs anytime. Diggs revenge game. You can still say it. It just endorses. It's a double endorsement. Diggs anytime. Texans show the Bills that they aren't in their class, especially at home. I think the Bills lack the offensive weapons to show up against a stout. If there's one thing we know about the Texans, it's their defense has been good this year, and I think it's too stout, and the Bills don't have the weapons to keep up with it.
Uncle Sam?
I'm taking the Texans. I got a feeling they're going to really open up this game here. They haven't done it all year yet, and I got a feeling it's going to come out this time. And your boy, I got your boy there. The hell's his name? The kid from the Texans, Nico Collins, over 100 passing yards and a touchdown.
You better put some respect on his name. He's wide receiver 1 right now.
Wide receiver 1 in fantasy, Nico Collins. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, well, how many targets? What's he getting? About 15 targets a game? Fuck, dude.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Bills to cover, Bills to win. Give me the over in this one. I like Josh Allen over 230.5 yards. I like Keon Coleman over the 39.5.
He's gonna. I was thinking about it, and he's due for the breakout. Like he was good against Baltimore, but he's gonna draw Stingley. That's what scares me.
Yeah, with no Khalil Shakir. And I'm gonna do something here, and I've been waiting all year to do it, and this week's the time to do it. I'm gonna take the Mac Hollins anytime touchdown.
Here we are.
How did you of all people just chuckle at me? You with your Trenton Irwin pick from last week. I didn't forget. I
Listen
didn't
to me.
forget.
Shout out to Trent Irwin. That's my dog.
Do you know who the Bills receivers are this week?
No, I
it's
don't.
Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Well, there
How
you
many
go.
crazier
You,
shit
you,
has
you don't have much of a fucking choice there. I think Coleman's probably your best choice.
I love Houston, but Buffalo got embarrassed last week. I think
I think they're going to get embarrassed again this week too.
You do.
This is their gauntlet. Yep.
Bruce,
Give me Houston in the over.
moving on.
Wait.
What?
Stephon Diggs anytime.
I third the Stephon Diggs anytime.
That's a triple endorsement.
That's a triple. That's the lock of the week. right there.
Quadruple endorsement.
That's a Stephon Diggs anytime. That's a all-around lock of the week. 4 picks there.
You watch him not get a touchdown.
Yeah, probably not. Next up, we have a
Divisional game.
the Indianapolis Colts are headed to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars in what could be the toilet bowl of the week. Do we have a starting quarterback yet for Indianapolis?
It might be Flacco. He's
Go
still on the injury report. Flacco took first team reps all week. Might end up being Flacco. I think if Richardson is ready to go, you know by now.
Does whoever starts at quarterback change the needle for anybody against Jacksonville?
You want the truth?
Yeah.
No.
I think they're better with Flacco, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll be the asshole then. I'm going to take Jacksonville -3. I'm going to take the under in this game. I don't care who starts at quarterback. Jacksonville so desperately needs to get this win. You want to talk about needing it more? They need it so badly. Give me Trevor Lawrence over 234.5 yards. I'm going to take a Brian Thomas anytime, but I like Christian Kirk to go over the 54.5. Jacksonville's not running the ball well. They don't know who's going to be their guy. I'm going all Jacksonville in this game. I think that they get a much needed win against Indianapolis.
Before we go forward, we're getting spammed by someone asking if we should do we'd rather have Tucker Kraft or Bowers this week. Tucker Kraft is a great play. I think Bowers goes absolutely off this week though. I'm going with Brock Bowers.
As long as Devonta Adams is out, you are playing Brock Bowers every week and not thinking twice.
Yeah.
And probably even if he is back in there, which I don't think he's ever playing for the Raiders again.
Yes.
But Bowers is an automatic play right now.
Another one, Purdy or Burrow. Purdy this week against the Cardinals. They're
give me
getting
Purdy
shredded.
against the
They're getting shredded every week. And then real quick, I just want you to read.
I don't know about that. I think I would take Burrow.
Against Baltimore?
Yeah. He always plays well against.
Can you read this line right here that I had? You just read it, but can you read it again?
Jags get desperately needed first win of the year at home against the shaky Colts.
Give me the Jags.
You want to know what's fucked up? I don't have that up right now.
I know you don't. I know. I know you don't. I didn't give you access to this one, so I know that you don't.
I don't.
Number one. Number two, I just echo that. I think the Jags win. They didn't look that bad last week. Give me the Jags to win. The Jags to cover the -3. The Jag-offs.
Did I steal your prop?
What were your props? I wasn't listening because
It
I
was
was
a
excited.
Brian Thomas anytime.
Yeah, Brian Thomas anytime. Agreed. I think ETN gets back on track with all this Tank Bigsby talk. I think ETN has a big week. I also like this one. You can't get it right now because they haven't named a starter, but give me Flacco or Richardson once you see it to throw an interception. So it would be over 0.5 interceptions for Flacco or Richardson.
Ooh. Uncle Sam.
What's he over under?
I missed what both of y'all took anyway. The under over.
I took the under.
You took the under?
I took the over.
The over is 46.5.
I'm going to take the over, and I'm taking Indianapolis
To win? To
to
cover?
win.
Ooh.
To win.
Ooh.
And I'm taking Joe Flacco over 215 yards passing.
Wow.
Start two, Debo, Deontay Johnson, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson.
Debo, Deontay Johnson,
T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson. That's easy. First two.
Deontay Johnson. And
I like Debo and Garrett Wilson. I think you have to ride. If you have Garrett Wilson, you have to ride him because we know what he's capable of.
See, the London thing is really throwing me off with him. And I don't hate Garrett Wilson. I actually love him going forward.
But they don't utilize it.
But Debo, I think Debo could have a really nice game against Arizona.
Someone else has thoughts on the Rams with a bunch of guys coming back. We're 3 games away from picking the Rams, so please stay tuned on the TikTok.
Stick with us. Stick with us. Bruce, you got a pick for that one?
This is hard. It really all depends if Flacco is going to be the quarterback. Because if Flacco's
I'm
quarterback-
assuming if he took all the reps, you got to assume he's going to start.
Let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go-
Let me read the injury report on Richardson. Oblique, questionable after practicing. limited-
Oblique?
Yeah,
Oblique?
oblique.
Listen, that was clearly a hip injury because his fucking hip gave out on him twice. What are they
The
saying
oblique
here?
and the hip are all connected and shit. Who knows?
Your oblique is right here.
Well,
Your
yeah,
hip is
that's your
down
hip.
there.
It's the same goddamn thing.
I was once told that the thigh bone is connected to the
Kidding
cunt bone.
I'm sorry?
Learned that in nursery school.
Moving on. The Cleveland Browns are headed to Washington to play the Commanders. Washington is a 3-point favorite in this one. The over-under is 43.5.
Is Mostert back this week?
Most,
He might be back.
You mean
Mostert
Most-
and Odell might be. He's looking at the YouTube comments. That's why.
Oh,
Mostert and Odell both might play for the Dolphins. this
I
week.
don't
no
give a
shit.
fuck. I am not playing either of them. I am not playing. If you have Mostert, forget he exists until you get
You're
to
going to say that now, and he'll have 150 yards rushing and fucking two
What are you?
touchdowns.
This is. I don't understand this. The Dolphins haven't had 150 yards of total offense in the last 2 games combined. You think the ghost
you
of
don't
Odell Beckham
listen to
and a
me.
40-year-old Raheem
Listen to me.
Mostert are going to change that?
Snoop Doogity Doo is going
Snoop Doogity Doo.
Christ is gonna
pink
jump into
fucking
his
ass
body.
Could go out there and have a better game than Snoop Doogity Doo.
Christ is going to jump in his body this week and show everybody the real Snoop Doogity
The
Doo.
Pro Bowl quarterback that he is.
Yes.
Where were we? I can't talk about the Dolphins anymore. I can't stand them.
I think we were. If you're going in the same order, as
Cleveland?
me, yes.
Cleveland's heading to Washington to play the Commanders. Washington, a 3-point favorite. Over under 43.5.
Him and I are going to say the same thing, so I'm going to take this one.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yep.
I'm going with the Browns to win. I'm going with the Browns to cover the +3. I like the under in this one. I think Jaden Daniels sees a decent defense right now. Give me Amari Cooper anytime and give me Jaden Daniels under 203.5 pass yards. He's too hot. And when a defense comes against a guy that they're hearing about for a month, especially a defense like the Browns and Myles Garrett, they get up for it. And a guy like Jim Schwartz can scheme for it. So give me the Browns to create the upset of the week. They're going to run the hell out of the ball. Steve, you asked me Mostert or Jerome Ford. I like Jerome Ford this week. I think they're going to control the game with the ground game and make Daniels play from behind, which is going to be rare. And they're going to turn the game into a rock fight, and I think the Browns are going to win by turning the game into the rock fight.
I agree.
Yes,
I agree. Totally agree. And, of course, Amari Cooper anytime touchdown.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely not. Give me the Commanders, baby. Give me the Commanders anytime. I'm going to take Austin Eckler anytime touchdown. If you want, you can parlay that with a Jaden Daniels one. You can give your flowers to the Browns defense and that they're good in all of this. Daniel Jones picked them apart. And they are just defeated beyond being. I think that team, realistically, that team right now is worse than the Raiders, but with less noise. I don't
What's
like.
wrong? You don't believe in fucking tug and rub?
No.
Everything is so weird this year in the league that different things happen in different week and there's different matchup nightmares. And I just think the Browns have the front to create a matchup nightmare for Jaden Daniels. And on top of that, they have the corners. If he wants to dish it, I think he's going to get some plays to McLaurin. But if he wants to dish it, it's not going to be as easy as it has
See, I
been.
don't like McLaurin this week.
That's fair. Who do you like?
I like
Jahan?
Luke McCaffrey over 20.5 yards, and I like, as Uncle Sam would say, Zacharias over the 20.5
Yes.
It's Zacchaeus.
I don't know how the fuck to say his first name.
Real
but I
quick,
like
hold on.
both of them.
Hold on, we got 2 from TikTok. The same guy asked about the Rams with a few people coming back. We'll get to that, like I said, but one more since we told him to put Brock Purdy in. Should I put Ayuk in instead of Garrett Wilson? No. Something stinks about Ayuk right now. I wouldn't do that. Ride with Garrett Wilson because the targets are there. And then trade someone else, Esteban. Shout out to Esteban. ¿Cómo estás, Esteban? Esteban.
Where's Rigo?
Trade Downs for Eckler. It's a weird. I don't know. The Colts are weird right now, and Eckler's been weird. And isn't he injured? Isn't Eckler injured?
No, he just had dude, he had 18.5 points in 3 quarters not last week. the week
Right now I'm still holding Josh down.
Esteban, you heard it from a man that speaks your language. Go with Austin Eckler.
Yeah. That's a toss-up for me.
It's a toss-up.
I'd probably hold for Downs. It depends what your running back situation looks like, too. If you need a back, then yeah, go for it.
Bruce Browns or
They're hot.
the Commanders? The Commanders are hot.
And that the Cleveland defense isn't as good as it was last year.
They're dog shit.
They have not
fucking
been
dog
playing like the Cleveland defense that you think of. So I'm
Very fair.
Washington.
We have a YouTube question. Would I be crazy for starting Ford over James Conner, then starting Wicks in the flex? No, James Conner, San Francisco's defense hasn't been as strong as it has looked. I think I would roll with James Conner and Jerome Ford over either of them with Dontavian Wicks. And I like Dontavian Wicks.
Yeah, we'll get to the Packers. I've been hyping up Packers Rams for a half hour here. We'll get to it at some point. That being said, everyone likes Wicks and everyone likes Croft this week for Packers pass catchers with Christian Watson and what's his
Reed?
Jaden Reed. No, is Jaden Reed out? No, Watson's out and
No, Reed's playing.
no, the other guy. Who's the other guy?
I'm going as fast as I can. As fast as I can.
Dobbs.
Dobbs
Watson,
is out.
Doubtful. Dobbs is doubtful.
Dobbs is out.
Yeah, Wicks is going to have a nice week. I don't know. That's tough.
Caleb Williams or Geno Smith? I like Geno this week.
Geno Smith.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
He's hot.
You never took a over under.
Me?
Yeah.
An over under in the Washington game?
Yeah.
I'm going to go under. I don't think Cleveland can produce points. And if Cleveland's defense has any life left in him, then Jaden Daniels isn't going to be able to put up 43 by himself.
Bruce, I don't know if you got it, but I also took the under, and I think the same thing.
I got yours.
I think this is going to be an
got
absolute rock fight.
He
I
just
think these
never
guys
said
are just.
it.
I think it's just going to be the Browns are going to come out. They're going to win the toss. They're going to receive. They're going to come out and score somehow, and then they're never going to look back.
And
But
Deshaun
never going to
Watson's
look
gonna
back means.
trot out on the field and take a big shit.
I think never look back means they're just only going to score 7 points and win 7-0.
Next up, we have the Arizona Cardinals heading to the Bay Area to play the 49ers. San Francisco, a 7.5-point favorite. Over under a whopper, 49.5 points. Arizona has been shaky as of late. Uncle Sam, who do you got in this one?
Taking Arizona in the under.
Got any props?
Oh, yeah.
He sticks with his teams. You
I got
Dennis
props.
Gardak,
He's
3
loyal.
sacks.
I got a Marvin Harrison anytime touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harrison over 100 yards receiving.
I love how you just pull these numbers. Like, you don't even care about the lines. You could take Marvin Harrison over 58.5.
There you go. I'll take that.
Okay, there we go.
I don't have the line in front of me. Sorry.
We can go clockwise in this one. Go ahead.
Give me San Francisco to win and cover in this game. I'm going to take the under.
By the way, I'm taking the Cardinals to win.
We got that.
All right.
Give me San Francisco to cover to win. I'm going to take the under in this game. I'm going to go with a pretty simple one as far as props go. I like the Jordan Mason anytime touchdown. And I like Debo. Oh, wait a second. For some reason, I don't have 49ers receiving props. But the Debo Samuel line, I'm guessing it's going to be under 50. If it is under 50, take the over. We're going over 50 receiving yards. It's probably going to be mid-40s if I had to guess. I would take him over the 40.
The Debo return. I like the Niners to win. Tough timing for the Cardinals to get them because the Cardinals really need a win. They're not going to get it. I like the Niners to win. I do like the Cardinals to cover the 7.5, though. I think this game's closer because it's divisional. Give me Trey McBride anytime. He loves him when he's there. I think Kyler absolutely is obsessed with Trey McBride. Give me Trey McBride anytime. Give me Brock Purdy over 29.5 pass attempts. I think he's just going to be firing it away. 49ers turn the game into a shootout and get a late stop, but Kyler and co come out looking okay, and I think they build on this win. Or loss, excuse me. I think they build on the loss.
Tug?
I'm going to take 49ers and the over. Zolo, you never took an over under.
You took
Oh,
the
I
under.
apologize. I like the...
I think he likes the over.
Yeah, I like the over in that one. I said a shootout, so
I took the under.
I'm going with the over. I think there's a lot of points in that game.
Hey, can you get a little ass behind you when you're making your pick?
What do you
Get
mean?
excited. It's fucking get excited.
Raise your voice.
I'm not excited.
Why are you so fucking?
You know why I'm not excited?
Why are
Because
you
there's
so
no
pink?
fucking Lions football this weekend.
You know
so
what?
I'm not excited.
I've thought about this, and I have the perfect answer. Tired. No Lions football this week. Wired. Tigers tomorrow, Tigers on Monday.
Yeah, there's the Tigers.
Grow up.
It's baseball.
You need some grit.
Playoff baseball.
You need grit.
You have soft hands.
You have grit. You want to come feel my hands? You want to come over here and lick
Soft
my hands?
hands.
Come lick my hands.
Soft hands.
Come lick my hands. Next up, the Las Vegas Raiders are heading to the Mile High City to play the Broncos. The Broncos are a 2.5-point favorite. Bruce, have we been unanimous at all this week?
No.
Negative.
Well, I guess there's always a first for everything. Over under a whopper 35.5. Give me Denver to win and cover, and give me the under. My props, if I have to come up with some, I am going to take. Jesus, man.
You've taken one over.
What a fucking dumpster.
Every other game.
I'm going to take the Trey Tucker anytime touchdown in this game.
Who the hell's Trey Tucker?
And give me. I don't like anything. I
He's a
genuinely
receiver for the Raiders.
Give me Bo Nix over 21.5.
Is he the one that had that end around touchdown last week?
Okay.
Give me Bo Nix over 21.5 rushing.
What's the spread again?
30.
30.
Denver's a 2.5 point favorite. The over/under is 35.5.
I'm going to take the over, and I'm taking the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Delusional.
And I have a Brock Bowers anytime touchdown.
Broncos to win. Broncos to cover the 2.5. Under 35.5. Brock Bowers over 5.5 receptions. If you can get him at targets, if you can get him over whatever 4 or 5 targets, that'd be great. I didn't see it. Give me Bo Nix under 188.5 pass yards. I think the Broncos continue to roll. Stack a third win to go 3-2 and to keep up with the Kansas City
Like
Chiefs
they did last year.
against a Raiders team that has a lot of distractions going on off the field at the moment.
Can we reevaluate the bigger dumpster fires, Cleveland or the Raiders?
The Raiders to me. And didn't the Raiders beat them?
New England and Miami. Hello.
What?
Dumpster fire.
No.
Dumpster fire.
New England and Miami are both in better
Nothing's
spots
worse
the
than
Raiders.
Miami right now, dude.
New England and Miami are both. At least there's light at the end of the tunnel
Hear you,
for Miami.
Bruce. It's about time you
There's
stood
light at
up
the end
and
of the
had some
tunnel.
balls.
Dude, there would be light at the end of the tunnel if they had somewhat of a running game. They have nothing.
There's light at
They
the
have
end
nothing.
of the tunnel. The reason why they have no run game is because
You're telling me one guy can fix
right.
their entire team?
when you can't throw the ball, what are you going to do?
Run the ball.
Exactly.
But they don't have a run game.
But everybody knows what's coming. That's why.
That shows you that they aren't great.
How can you explain then? What other reason does Devon A. go
Jared-
from 6
Jared
yards
Goff
per
threw the
carry to
ball
1.5 in a
18
week?
times.
Everybody knew.
Huh?
Everybody knew Barry Sanders was getting the ball, and they still couldn't stop him.
But they also had an offensive line that wasn't decimated.
Anyway.
Miami's offensive line is destroyed, and their defense is destroyed.
Anyway.
And I would still rather root for
You,
the
you
Dolphins.
need to
That-
stop.
that-
You need to stop making excuses for them. They have the best receiving core in football, and they can't fucking win a game.
Snoop Doogity Doo.
Dumpster fire. Their coach won't bring in anybody else.
Snoop Doogity Doo. That means Tua is on his way back.
And who'd you have say was back this week? Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
And who else?
Great.
Mostert should be back.
Yeah.
Next up, the one you've all been waiting for, the Green Bay Packers at the Los Angeles Rams. Green Bay is a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 48.5. You want to address some questions first?
Yeah, thoughts on the Rams? They're not good. You got to get Cooper Kupp back to be in the conversation of good thoughts on the Rams. It's just tough right now, and I feel for the Rams because they're a very good team. They balled out earlier in the year against the Lions, but this is a tough one. It's a building that historically just gets raided by opposing teams' fans. This is in LA, right?
In L.A.
And I think the Packers fans are annoying, and they're not real. No one's ever been to Green Bay in their life, and they probably haven't been to Wisconsin. They're just a fan because they saw Bart Starr at some point, or Brett Favre at some point, or Aaron Rodgers at some point. Regardless, give me the Packers to win. I think the Rams actually do cover because the Packers have looked sloppy the last couple weeks, and it's been a rough start for Jordan Love. So give me the Rams +3, Packers to win. I like the under in this one. The Packers pass catcher that I'm going to choose is Tucker Kraft. Give me Tucker Kraft anytime, going back on that one. And give me Kieran Williams over 80.5 rush yards. I do think that you can run the ball against this Packers defense. See last week with Aaron Jones. Stafford will make a late push to try and beat the Packers one last time. But they come up short, and Jordan Love just needs a win. He hasn't gotten a win this year. I think this is the win that he gets.
I think Green Bay wins this game as well and covers the 3. Give me the under 48.5. I like some receptions in this game. And I would parlay these. I like Reed over 5.5 receptions. I like Dontavian Wicks over 4.5 receptions. I like Tucker Kraft over 3.5 receptions. Because who else is there to really throw the ball to? That gets you to 12. So I don't see an issue with that. I also like Colby Parkinson over 3.5 receptions. And my anytime touchdown, finally, is Josh Jacobs. He's got to get on the fucking board. Got to get on the board. Josh Jacobs anytime. Packers roll.
taking Rams in the over.
Rams could easily win this one. And the last time you took a team and I said, I think that could happen and they could easily win this one, you ended up being right. I think the Rams could totally win this game.
I'm going to take the Rams in the over, and I'm taking the 2-2 Atwell fucking trifecta.
The trifecta. To win, place, and show. 2-2
That's it.
Atwell.
Touchdown, over 100 yards, and over 5 yards rushing for 2-2 Atwell.
Allen Lazard or Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
You know, that's hard for me. I got a feeling that Lazard's going to get peppered this week.
Oh, geez.
I firmly believe that the Jets are going to open it up, but it's if it wasn't international, I would feel a lot better about Allen Lazard. Keenan Allen is due, even in Shane Waldron. Did you guys see the scheme? Did you guys see the Shane Waldron route tree? Did you see it? I got to send it to you, Uncle Sam. There was this thing about Jackson Smith and Jigba complaining about Shane Waldron's route trees for receivers from Seattle last year. And it's a graphic of this year versus last year with Smith and Jigba, how last year he's running like 3 or 4 of the same routes, and it's just squiggly lines. Whereas this year he's running all over the place in the new offense. And then they did the same with DJ Moore and Adunze and Keenan Allen. And they compared DJ Moore last year running all over the place to this year he's in Shane Waldron's offense and he's not running anywhere. And it's just something to keep an eye on in Chicago. They may have got that hired very wrong. That being said, I do like Keenan Allen this week.
Bruce?
Stafford's always struggled against Green Bay, so I'm taking Green Bay.
Moving the fuck on to the New
Over
York.
or under?
Under.
Moving on. The New York Giants are headed to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Malik Neighbors out in this game officially. Seattle is 6.5-point favorite. Over-under is 42.5.
Seahawks to win. Seahawks to cover the 6.5, building off of last week. Give me under 42.5. I don't think they have enough juice to do it all themselves. Give me Daniel Jones under 0.5 pass TDs, which means I don't think Daniel Jones is going to throw for 1 pass TD. And give me Jackson Smith and Jigba anytime today.
Uncle Sam?
What's the over under?
42.5.
42.5, and what's the point spread?
Seahawks are favored by 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah, Giants plus.
I'm taking the Giants to win, and I'm gonna take the over in the Giants to win.
What, do you think Wan'Dale Robinson's going to have a real
No,
big
it's
fucking
not.
week?
It's not him.
Jeez.
Not him. There's one guy that always stands out and seems to always catch a big touchdown. Is it Slayton? Is he still there?
My God.
Is Darius Slayton
You don't
still
even
with the
know if he
Giants?
still plays for the
I don't think so.
Yes, Darius
is he-
Slayton is still fucking there.
The pass catcher of the week that everyone's obsessed with is Wan'Dale Robinson, which is crazy because they have a
No.
first round pick in Jalen Hyatt.
Without Neighbors, I got a feeling you're going to see a Jalen Hyatt anytime touchdown.
PJ's trying to trade Wan'Dale Robinson for Tyreek Hill right now. Okay,
There
that's
you
how
go.
much heat's on fucking Wan'Dale
That's how-
Robinson.
He must be eating all of Garrett's gummies.
Give me Seattle to cover, to win. Give me the under the 42.5. I know I only picked one over this week so far. I don't give a shit. Seattle looks really good against Detroit. I don't think they're going to have a problem. The only reason why the Giants have won a game is because of Malik Neighbors, and he ain't fucking there. So we go right back into the dungeon for them. Give me Jackson Smith and Jigba over 45.5. And I do like a Kenneth Walker. Is Kenneth Walker playing or is he out?
He should be playing. I haven't seen him.
Let me
He's
double
playing because
He is
Charbonnet's
playing.
numbers are real low.
He is playing. Give me Kenneth Walker to score 2 tuds in this game. I like a 2-touchdown day out of Kenneth Walker. Bruce?
Give me Seattle in the over.
Kyler Murray or Dak? There's not a lot to like about Dak against Pittsburgh D this week, but there is a lot to like about Kyler Murray against San Francisco D this week. So
Yeah.
give me Kyler Murray.
I'm going to hit Kyler. I'm going to hit Kyler. You?
Kyler.
Kyler. Unanimous. Speaking of the devil, the Dallas Cowboys are headed to Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football. Pittsburgh is a 2.5. Pittsburgh and Justin Fields are a 2.5-point favorite over the Dallas Cowboys. The over-under is 43.5. Can I start?
Yeah, but before you start, Christian Kirk or George Pickens?
Christian Kirk.
Kirk.
Yeah, I actually like Kirk too. We're high on Jacksonville this week, number 1. Number 2, Pickens is likely going to draw Trayvon Diggs, and it's not going to be easy. So
Parsons playing this week.
he's actually doubtful. Lawrence is
doubtful?
out.
Okay.
Max Crosby also now being downgraded to doubtful.
Fuck. I thought he was playing.
Go ahead, pick the game.
I want Dallas in this one to cover and win. I'm going to take the over. I know I've picked one over this week. I'm going to take the over in the Dallas-Pittsburgh game. I think I get it. Pittsburgh's defense has been the second best in the league. If you want to call Minnesota the best, I don't care. Dallas needs a fucking win, and they need a statement win here. I think they can get it done this week, even with a shitty defense. That shitty defense, the injuries on their defense, will allow Justin Fields to do kind of the same thing he did last week, just not as effectively. I'm going to take this one's going to surprise people. I'm going to take Jalen Tolbert over 33.5 yards here. I also like Freiermuth over 31.5. He had a very nice week last week while Justin Fields was lighting it up. And my anytime touchdown is going to be a CeeDee Lamb anytime.
What's the over/under?
Jesus Christ. You always
Sorry.
go back. 43.5.
Okay. I'm going to take the over, and I'm taking Pittsburgh. And I have a Justin Fields anytime rushing touchdown.
I'm echoing almost everything that you said. I think the Cowboys dump out their bag of tricks because they really need this win. I think there's going to be a lot of Cowboys fans there in a building that
I
doesn't
think the
typically
bag
get
gets
rated.
emptied out, and they don't make the playoffs.
I know,
here,
but you
and
hate
this will
them.
t-
That's
this
very
will
fair.
tell everybody.
That's
See
very
Jerry
fair.
Jones land his helicopter on the practice field this week?
Mid practice.
Yeah.
He needs to take that helicopter and land it on Dak Prescott's house.
I think the Cowboys actually do dump out the bag of tricks, and they make the way to beat Justin Fields. We've seen it before. You make him play from behind, or if he's got a big lead to play with, that also doesn't help. But they're going to make him play from behind. I think they're going to win an offensive explosion on the road. Give me the Cowboys to win. The Cowboys obviously to cover the 2.5. I like the over in this one. I think Fields goes under 17.5 completions because Dallas spends a lot of time with the balls. And on top of that, I'm echoing the CD anytime. I think CD.
The only explosion that the Cowboys are doing is Mike McCarthy in the fucking latrine. That's the only explosion.
Perfect use of the word latrine with Mike McCarthy. Big
That's
yogurt
bathroom
ass.
to all you young guys that don't know what that means.
Okay, I had a request. We have Sunday Night Football left to do, but I had a request that we should save the Monday picks for Monday.
Okay.
They're not as fresh in people's minds.
That's fine.
People want to hear them on Monday. I had a request from President Baker himself
Whatever.
to do the Monday game, pick the Monday games on Monday. So we will save that for
What do you
Monday.
got him on FanDuel betting games now?
Oh,
Got that kid wasting all his money or
he
what?
cleaned up this week.
He did.
I think he made like $100 between the Monday night games.
He's betting small, winning small, but I mean he's winning.
All right.
All right. Well,
Did nice on Monday.
Well, I have a question. Someone offered me, shout out to Logan. He's now starting to spam. That's the thing on TikTok. Apparently, they spam. Logan, we can hear you. We could see you. So calm the fuck down.
I don't see him.
Someone offered me Jalen Hurts, Breece Hall, and Amari Cooper for CeeDee Lamb, Najee, and Geno. Do I do it?
Say that one more time. Who was it?
Jalen Hurts, Breece Hall, and Amari Cooper, and in return, he has to give up CD, Najee Harris, and Geno.
Hell no.
I hate to do this. Will you do
I
it one
wouldn't.
more time?
Yeah. Team A receives Jalen Hurts, Breece Hall, and Amari Cooper. That's the haul for Team A.
Okay.
Team B receives CD Lamb, Najee Harris, and Geno Smith.
I wouldn't do all three of those for just CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
You
I
own
agree.
CeeDee Lamb. You hold CeeDee Lamb. Jalen Hurts is down right now. Breece Hall, he's very down right now, but that will even itself out. And who's the last one?
Amari Cooper.
And I fucking don't like Amari.
Those are three good players, but you're relying on
I love Amari
upside.
Cooper.
You're relying on upside that we haven't haven't seen. What I would do in that scenario, I don't know if you have a second quarterback, but I would try and sell high on Geno elsewhere, or maybe see like, hey, I'll give you Geno and Najee Harris for Breece Hall, something like that. But I genuinely believe Najee Harris is about to break out. I think it's going to happen this week, and I think Najee Harris's best football is in front of him. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be good down the road, but that doesn't help you right now. And you can try and sell high on Geno, but the centerpiece of the deal is CeeDee Lamb, and since you would be losing CeeDee Lamb, I wouldn't do that.
This is my philosophy on your first round running backs and receivers. If you are going to trade a guy that you took in the top 5, you should be getting, unless something catastrophic happens in the case of McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill, you should be getting equal value. Like if you're trading CeeDee Lamb, you better be getting a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase back. So if you're trading CeeDee Lamb,
St. Brown.
right, or Amon-Ra, if you're trading CeeDee Lamb, you need to be parlaying the Breece Hall with another top guy. Shout out to President Baker. He won 400 between yesterday and Monday. I told you.
I hear you.
Clean it up. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. Wait a second. Why does this say Monday?
No, we're good.
All you had to do was Monday, and you're not.
We did
doing
the Sunday night game is Pittsburgh and Dallas.
Yeah.
So we're done.
Good.
There's only one Monday game, which is the one that
Yeah,
we're
I hate the
skipping.
2 fucking Monday night
This
football
is,
games. They need to
for
fuck off
some
with that.
reason, this isn't right.
What's not right?
On here it says Sunday 8:20, New Orleans at Kansas City.
They mean Monday at 8:20.
Well, and then it says Monday, San Francisco at Seattle.
No,
There's still 2 Monday
unless
night
they're
games.
unless it's giving you next Monday's game. But
Let me double check. Hold on. I want to make sure that we're right here because I thought that was Monday Night Football.
no, I'm looking at the Monday night football
No,
schedule.
Sunday
right now.
night is Dallas at
So this Monday is New Orleans at Kansas City.
right,
Yeah, so we're done
and
there.
Sunday night's Dallas at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we had that.
So we're saving Monday night for Monday night.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So those are the picks of the week then. We are done. I don't know why. FanDuel's got that all messed up right now. Odell released a quote today saying that he did not sign with the Dolphins just for money. He doesn't care about your opinions. He'll never see you in his life again. You have an account with 0 quotes and 89 followers. Congratulations and enjoy your life.
To who?
To a bunch of reporters. So Odell
who
in
was he
mid-season
talking to?
form. I don't know. Somebody who said
Whatever.
he's
He
signed
needs to
with
just shut up and play football. That's what he needs to do.
Odell is in mid-season.
Whatever, dude. Listen, you're a has-been, so just shut the fuck up.
I say he was and never was.
Has-been. Has-been.
He had one good catch.
What have you done? You had 2 good years your whole career. Fuck.
Nico Collins came out with a statement today saying that they have to beat the Bills for Stephon Diggs.
There you go.
And that they know it is such a big game for Steph, and that's why they've got to do it. They've got to go out there and, quote-unquote, put them in their place.
I hope they bury those motherfuckers.
People close to the Devontae Adams situation say he will be traded as early as Monday.
Well, they better. I need to play this guy.
Who reported that?
It is Jonathan Jones.
I don't know who that is.
CBS Sports New England. Go figure. Another one. Some more news. The Patriots, per Jason La Conforna, another.
Lockenfora.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Tyquan Thornton is available for trade.
From who? The Patriots?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Other than that,
He ran a really high 40 in the draft and combine.
yeah.
All those guys from Baylor, they lit it up that year.
And then you
They
want to
had,
know
a,
what
they
he
had
did?
a corner, too.
Then you want to know what he did?
Yeah, he plays for the Patriots. We already know what he did.
Absolutely fucking nothing. Anyways, do we have anything to add before we end today's show? Oh, did you see Baker Mayfield watching Mike Tyson motivational videos before the game yesterday? I figured you would love that.
The last person you should ever watch is Mike Tyson talking about anything.
Why?
One of my favorite interviews with him is when he was talking about guys in prison and bringing the pain. That's a very good one. You got to watch that if you get a chance to see it.
I like when he was talking about all the meds that he was on. He was saying, "I'm on that to keep me from killing y'all."
He's like, you know.
I like when he yells at the guy in the crowd, but we.
He
can't
goes, I
talk
like
about
tough
that.
guys. I like tough guys. I love it. He goes, that makes you bring the pain more.
Zolo, anything to add?
No.
Uncle Sam?
Yes, I got a couple things I want to say
Get ready for
about
stories.
society and how things are going in this country. I just would like to know, how is it if you have millions of people within 4 states that if their homes are literally washed away and your government offers you a check for $750 and sends $9 billion to Israel instead of helping you. You all need to wake up and do the right thing in November when this election comes and stop these idiots that are in there. That's what you all need to do. Thank you.
Amen.
God bless America.
God bless America. Bruce, anything to add?
God bless Jeff Fisher.
You remember the Jeff Fisher days?
I do.
We're throwing it way back with the
Way
God bless.
back.
Do you remember when
Jeff-
Jeff Fisher was the
you know
coach
what?
of
That was the
Michigan
original.
Panthers?
That was the original. God bless.
Yeah.
That was
God bless Jeff
before.
Fisher.
That was well before. We were still.
Yeah.
That was casting couch days.
That was cast.
That was before we even had a set in the basement.
That's when I was sitting on that chair that was just
ready to die.
it was awful.
I was in the pink shorts with no hat on and an afro.
But
It was gross.
y'all be smart when it comes here. You got about a month to go, and you
Really just
get out and
back
vote.
again.
Get out and vote, and no matter who you vote for, do a little research. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Don't not look at things, because you're going to see just a cavalcade of bullshit out there, and you're going to have to sift through that to actually see what's beneficial. And this country is nowhere near where it was 40 years ago. Nowhere near it. And if we continue to let these people in this government do the bullshit that they're doing, this place will never get right ever again. It'll never get right again. You know, everybody always says the 80s were the bomb. They were the bomb. And guess what? It's been a fucking toilet ever since.
Well said.
Is that your PSA for the week? 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth.
And I'm not pumping one person or the other. All I'm going to say is use your fucking heads. Use your heads. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Actually research it. Research it and look at it. And don't go drinking the CNN Kool-Aid or the Fox fucking Kool-Aid. Don't pay attention to that bullshit. They're all out there to deceive everybody. That's what they do.
God
Wait.
bless our troops.
Hold on.
God bless America.
I
And gentlemen, start your.
no. There's one more. God bless.
Go.
God bless the Detroit Tigers.
Go Tigers, baby.
Bless you, boys.
Bless you, boys. What do we got? Saturday baseball?
Got tomorrow, 1
baby.
o'clock. We got Reese Olson on the bump. Wait, is it? No, it's not Reese Olson.
They said they didn't name a starting pitcher.
No, they
Hey.
Finally did.
They did, but it's still pitching chaos. They just know who's going to start.
1984 to
Which asshole?
2024. Bless you, boys.
They just know who they're trotting out there first. Which asshole gets to start?
Pitching chaos will begin tomorrow with
Tyler Holton
Tyler Holton.
against Tanner Bibby.
BB's good.
Is
And then you know who's going game 2 for the Windians?
I
The
know.
Guardians? So obviously it's Scooble for the Tigers, but he's going up against a one Matthew Boyd.
Oh,
Yes, who's been very good for Cleveland, by the way. He's 2-2 with like a sub 2.7 ERA. He's
the
very,
Matthew
very
Boyd.
good.
Okay, so but I have a question here. Now, what do we do if the Tigers go up 2-0 into Wednesday?
The game at Wednesday is scheduled for 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock if the Dodgers-Padres is a sweep in some form.
Fantasy Frenzy might be Thursday night. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Bruce, you got anything to add?
I God bless Jeff Fisher.
What about Tuesday? What if we do Tuesday Fantasy Frenzy?
let's get through game 1 and see how it goes.
Okay.
If they're down 0-2,
Because what if I want to go drive to Cleveland to see Tarek Skubal on Monday? I don't know.
well, that's okay because then me and Uncle Sam will make up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to make up for Uncle Sam's miss of Fantasy Frenzy. There we go.
Yeah.
Day off. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast. Make sure to follow our socials, Instagram and Twitter at Tip Balls, TikTok at Tip Balls Podcast. If you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music, you can watch us live on TikTok now. It's fucking awesome. Ask us all of your fantasy questions there, and we will answer them when we can. If you are listening to us, you can also watch us on YouTube. Remember to subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified when we go live. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless the Tigers are 2-0 in the series. At sometime around 5. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy football this weekend. Go Tigers, and God bless Jeff Fisher.